This is the Death Watch, a powerful chapter of the Imperium established specifically to combat Xenos. Every Astartes within the Death Watch is an elite warrior from their respective chapters. Their current captain was once the commander of the second company of the Ultramarines. The blaring alarms inside the ship signaled the imminent arrival of danger. Sure enough, a massive swarm of Tyranid organisms forcibly breached the ship's doors. Without hesitation, the Astartes grabbed their weapons and began their counterattack. The reason for encountering the Tyranids within the Imperium's borders was clear. Just 10 minutes earlier, this Imperial world, known as Catechus, had become a target for the Tyranids. Countless spore pods rained down from the sky like a storm. Due to the forces being diverted for Guilliman's Indomitus crusade, much of the military strength had been drawn away, leaving the planet severely underdefended. With no other choice, they called for aid from the Imperium. In response, a Deathwatch kill team, specializing in Xenos threats, was dispatched to assist. On board their gunship was a viral weapon powerful enough to wipe out the Tyranid swarm. However, before they could reach the landing zone, they were intercepted by the Tyranids. The relentless Tyranids breached the ship's interior, surrounding the Astartes in a seemingly endless tide. Now, the Astartes could only rely on themselves in the battle. Although fighting in the air was their weakness, within the cramped space of the ship, their teamwork allowed them to inflict heavy losses on the Tyranids. As the doors on the other side of the gunship burst open, the Astartes found themselves trapped. The Tyranids flooded into the gunship, swarming in uncontrollable numbers. In the chaos, the captain was pulled from the ship by the Xenos. Although his combat abilities were severely weakened while suspended in midair, he still managed to kill the Tyranids in front of him with his chainsword. He prepared to give his life in the Emperor's service. Unexpectedly, a strike force of Ultramarines arrived just in time to rescue him. Leading the charge was Chief Librarian Tigurius, who had sensed the soul imprint of the former Second Company captain while traversing the warp. Despite numerous obstacles, Tigurius fought his way through to retrieve the warrior's battered body. His injuries were so severe that Marnius Calgar, chapter master of the Ultramarines, decided to perform an intervention surgery on him. This procedure would enhance his physical abilities even further. Only those with absolute loyalty to the Emperor could undergo such a transformation. This Ultramarine had once been so perfect that the Inquisition investigated him, keeping him imprisoned for 100 years without finding any fault. He then served with unwavering loyalty in the Death Watch for 2 centuries. Every action he took demonstrated his total devotion to the Emperor. Ironically, the chaplain presiding over his armor bonding ceremony was once the very recruit who had reported him for suspicion. After rejoining the Ultramarines, the former Second Company captain was demoted to an adjutant, a role he accepted without complaint. Fighting for the Imperium had always been his lifelong dream.